Hi, this is Gary Johnson, president of Broadway Theaters Educate. Now, at Broadway Theaters Educate, or BTE, we believe that the arts play an important role in helping students get a well-rounded education. BTE was formed to keep the arts and cultural events alive by taking African American youths, senior citizens, and other groups from the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area to Broadway in New York City. Now, many of us are aware of funding cuts in education, and many of the arts programs have been cut. Now, President Obama has said it's heartening to know that the people understand the value of arts education to our students today. Hopefully, this will lead to better federal and state support for curricular programs. I hope that's true, Mr. President, but with all due respect, we at BTE, we're not waiting for you or the federal government. We're taking people to Broadway now. And so with the help of our partners like Stephanie Lee of Group Sales Box Office and other Broadway producers, my partners Chauncey Dunham and Jessica Tillis, we are ready now. And we're taking people to Broadway, and we want you to get on board. Visit www.broadwaytheaterseducate.com. Look around and see how you can get involved. We need your support because we're going to make a difference in our community. To start off, we're going to feature a young Broadway star named Julian Ivey. I recently sat down with Julian at his home and had him talk about what his experience was like being a star on Broadway. For those of you who don't know, Julian was a star in Disney's The Lion King. And at 15 years old now, he's been acting since the age of 6. So let's take a listen to Julian and hear what he has to say about Broadway.
Hey, I'm Julian Ivey. I'm 15 years old and I've been acting since I was 3. I really love to act because I get to act like I'm something that I'm not. And even when I'm not on stage, I'm still acting. Performing in the shower to myself, singing myself to sleep, random stuff like that. The biggest thing that I've ever done was Disney's The Lion King on Broadway. That was so much fun because everyone just kept clapping for me, and living in New York City with the big lights, it was amazing.
Okay, Julian, what was the best thing about being on Broadway?
Well, there were a lot of really extraordinary things about being on Broadway. Like, I got to live in New York City for 7 months. I got to see the city, it's great. I love New York. I got to meet a lot of new people, and, I made a lot of new friends while doing it. I have connections that will live with me forever, and I just had a blast doing it. Like, I just feel so lucky and honored that I was able to do it.
Okay, one of the things we want to do is to take children to Broadway to see live theater. What is it about live theater that makes it so special, especially through the eyes of a child?
Well, I started acting at a very young age, and when I started acting, I found that I could do things that I normally thought I couldn't do, I had more confidence. I just believed in myself, and I think that's just a great thing. I started acting with all my older brothers, and they really encouraged me to get started in it. But when I found that I really loved doing it, I took it as my own. And when you find something that you love to do, it's a great feeling.
We're going to take kids and young adults, and they're going to be exposed to the actors. They're going to have workshops. They're going to see Broadway from behind the scenes. What is the value in having that experience?
Well, I never got to have that experience. And so me just hearing that kids can do that, it's just a great thing. Because, when people came to visit me or see me in the show, I always used to take them backstage, and they were just so amazed, like, wow, you're doing this? Like, wow, that's great. I never got that experience. So I think being able to start that young is just amazing, especially because the people that you say they're going to see, they're very powerful people, you know? They can get things done. That's amazing.
Okay. What are you doing now?
Well, right now I'm 15 years old and I'm doing anything that every 15-year-old is doing. Going out having fun. You know, I play tennis on my high school tennis team. I go to school at Eleanor Roosevelt. I just have fun right now. I'm kind of in between jobs looking for another big role. So, I don't know. Got to talk to my agent about when that next one is coming.
Okay. What advice would you give to young people who want to get into the acting business?
You know, I would say just keep fighting and never give up. Because, you know, I auditioned for Lion King starting at, it was 8 years old. And I didn't ever get it for like a long time. I finally got it when I was 11 years old. But in between there, they kept telling me, no, you know, something, you did this wrong, or you're not tall enough yet, or this and the other thing. But, you know, I just wanted it so bad that I just kept fighting for it. And in the end, it worked out for me. So I just say keep fighting, never give up.
Okay. Final question. The schools have budget cuts. They're cutting a lot of stuff in the arts. That's one of the reasons why we want to do what we're doing in taking young people and senior citizens on Broadway. Any final thoughts that you would have for us as we try to launch Broadway Theaters Educate?
Well, you know, a lot of people like me, we start out doing theater when we're young. And that's just a really crucial time when you're young. And I feel like, just like gym, they're cutting gym also. And these are just things that you really need. And if you can't get it, you have to go somewhere else. And I don't think that's right. So I think it's great that this program is being started. And I really hope that the kids can understand that they're really privileged to be able to do this. Because I never got to see a Broadway show until I really started auditioning for Lion King. And then it just hit me like, wow, this is amazing. So I hope every kid that's watching this and every adult can just understand that Broadway is a really great place to be, even just watching a show, being in a show. And I hope you can understand that.
Julian Ivey, thank you for your time.
Thank you.